Now, when it comes to microtonality, I don't see how we can, well, any kind of music, I don't see how we can avoid considering how do people hear? You know, what is that listening experience? And with respect to tuning, I think one of my contributions to the field is the concept of tolerance. I call it tolerance. Just like industrial laboratory would talk about tolerances and diameters of bolts or something like that. It's unrealistic to think that we do not have to take that into account. It's unrealistic to believe that we can be absolutely in tune, right? You can be more and more in tune, but it's an asymptote. It's not, you're never there, you're just getting closer and closer to it. But I believe it's more than that. It's more than just a recognition of human frailty. It's also, I believe, a recognition that within a certain tolerance range, we are going to interpret an interval. My hypothesis is that we, and by that I mean our auditory systems, and this is not a conscious thing, interpret an interval as meaning, harmonically, the simplest ratio interval within the tolerance range of what's actually being sounded. Okay, so if you're within 5 cents of a 5 to 4, you're going to hear 5 to 4. That's what the meaning is going to be. If you're within 5 cents of a 9 to 7, it's going to mean a 9 to 7. Right? These are two different sizes of what we in temperate tuning call major thirds, right? But they have different harmonic meanings. In the one case, the lower note is a root. In the other case, it's not. Okay, that's soft enough. Don't get any softer than that. That's almost what I'm after is a continuous texture that is harmonically controlled by these sets of available pitches, and rhythmically rather amorphous. In fact, I don't want any sense of a beat, a pulse, downbeats or anything like that.
That shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, right. Okay. By the time it gets back to you, it's a case similar to what we had in swell pieces, that I want something that is a kind of a compromise between two mutually conflicting conditions. One is that there is a continuity, not an absolute continuity, all of these you could, but there's a continuity of the sonority as a whole, but it's not a homogeneous continuity, because there are going to be, if somebody focused in on one pitch, they would hear that being played by different instruments at different times, and they might hear it passing from one instrument to another. I like that idea of the timbral change on a given pitch. So, but those conditions really are at loggerheads. So there's a tension there between them, and I mean that's fine. But there are these two different things that I'm after.
Once you fully explore an area, then the only reason to go back to it is to just take advantage of the expertise that you've gained or the reputation that you've gained. And that's not really very deeply satisfying. What you want to do is find out what it is that you don't know how to do, that you're not sure of what the result will be, and proceed in that direction. And to me, that's the fundamental meaning of Cage's term experimental music, which I define differently than he did. I define it that way. It means you're doing something that you're not sure what the result's going to be, because you haven't done it before, and nobody's done it before, right? That's not true. I had a student the other day say that to me, and I haven't had a chance to tell him this yet, but I had a thought about it a little bit later. And I was looking up at the clouds in the sky, and I thought, you know, that cloud has never been seen before, ever. In the history of the earth, has that exact form ever been seen? Right? It's not all been done. That would be impossible. Because, I mean, the creative spirit is just too unpredictable and too lively for that to ever be true. Just be patient. It'll come. Something will happen. It's not all been done. And you might do it.